Hey everybody, it's me, Lady T, and today we're going to be doing a comparison between Mod Podge Resin and this other resin called Teexpert, Teexpert. So as you can see me here, I've already mixed, I'm pouring the powder in to the mold, the earring molds that I got from Amazon. And the powder that I'm using is called Chameleon Pigment Powder. Chameleon Pigment Powder. It has 10 different powders in the package. And again, I did get this from Amazon. Chameleon Pigment Powder. So I'm using the blue, and I don't know why I really like using blue for these feather earrings, but they turn out cute. And at the end, I'll let you know which one I felt I liked better, or which one I feel performed better. So I'm using a different color here for the earrings because I don't want them all to be the same. And again, I got these earring molds from Amazon, and it was a 5-piece set. And now Amazon has so many earring molds, it's ridiculous. Ridiculous. So this is A and B that I'm using right now from Teexpert. Teexpert. And it is an A and B type of resin. You use both parts equally. And as you can see, I'm just using one of these cups that I got from the Dollar Tree to mix them up, and I'm using the very bottom of the cup just to spread it alongside of the very bottom to mix the resin. So one part squeeze at the bottom, and second part squeeze at the bottom. I said squeeze at the bottom, pour at the bottom, and mix it up. And do the same thing with the Mod Podge Resin. The Mod Podge Resin stinks. Let me just tell y'all, the Mod Podge Resin stinks. I opened up that resin and poured it out. I was like, ooh, this stuff stinks. So I wanted to make sure I let you all know that the resin, the Mod Podge Resin, does have a funky smell to it. But it was easy to mix. I didn't experience too many bubbles with it either. But for those of you who know, when you're using resin, sometimes when you pour it in a mold, after you let it sit for a few minutes, it does have bubbles. So you are going to have to blow the bubbles out with a hot air gun or with a cigarette lighter or with something to get rid of the bubbles. Okay. Just a heads up. So now I'm pouring in the Mod Podge, and the texture for both of the resins are basically the same. So here we are 36 hours later, and I'm taking out the earrings from the molds. So the feather ones were with the Teexpert resin, and I had to cut off a little bit of the sides because I did over pour a little bit, and you can see it on the sides. So you see me cleaning up the sides, and I left this part in here because I wanted it to be realistic so you can really see what happens sometimes when you're dealing with molds. They don't always come out perfect as you want them to, so you do have to do a little cleaning up with the mold. So I'm just using a knife, a razor, and I believe I got this one from Dollar Tree, and it works well. Now with this one, this is the one that I used, the Teexpert with the taller bottles. Now this, after sitting for 36 hours, these earrings are very soft, and bendable, very bendable. I did a pair of earrings like that some time ago, and when I went to pick them up, they are still bendy. They are still bendy. But I like that because even though they're still bendy, you're just going to be wearing them in your ears, and they are very lightweight. Very lightweight. Very lightweight. So, you know, you want to consider that after 36 hours on this project, they're still bending. And the ones that I've done about a couple of months ago, they're still soft using this Teexpert. And it's a 1-to-1 ratio. And I did it according to the package, but they are still bendy. Very soft. Very soft. But I like it like that. I actually like it like that because it makes them so lightweight. So I don't have a problem with it, but I'm telling you all, so just in case, you know, you decide that you want to use that, that's one of the things that I found out that is still bendable. Now, these are the ones with the Mod Podge. These bad boys are solid. Let me tell you, if you want to use force to bend them, you still can, because it usually takes resin weeks to really cure. But these are hard right now, and they still can bend a little bit because the pressure that I was using to cut the edges off of these as well, because I did overpour a little bit, but I'm cutting off the edges. One of them, when I looked at it, it was slightly indented because of the way I was holding it. So that tells you that it is not fully cured yet. However, the earrings can still be worn even though they're not fully cured. But I wanted to show you the process of overpouring, what happens when you overpour, that you will get those edges. And those edges were easy to take off. Sometimes if you overpour more than that, it's a little harder to deal with getting the edges off, but you can use a file, a sandpaper to go ahead and sand them down. But I like the way both of these came out. My preference, well, I would say like this, I don't have a preference, but if I want my earrings to be hard, then I would use the Mod Podge. If I don't mind them being bendy, then I would use the Teexpert. But the Teexpert is weird though, because when I used the Teexpert for trays, it was hard. It came out hard. But for some reason, with these molds, I don't know, it just comes out soft. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to try the Mod Podge in that feather mold to see if the Mod Podge will come out hard like it did with these. I don't even know what color these are, like orangish, greenish. But that's what they look like. How you like it? Let me know. Which one would you use? Thanks for watching. I appreciate you.